And last episode, we simmed up to the trade deadline here. We're leading the league yet again, so it's looking like the third year for the Phoenix Coyotes to just power through the competition and trying to do that three-peat, the all-elusive three-peat. And I asked you guys for some trade requests in the last couple of videos here, and I got one, which was trade Bedker on that fourth line. He's kind of shit in the bed down there. And try to pick up more grindy type, two-way forward, grinder, that kind of guy, power forward maybe even. So we're going to try to do that. Another update is Laura Kanan, our goalie that managed to make a big jump and still had zero trade value to him. He's finally made the trade value jump, so he's worth as much as Byzantine is now, so that's good for him. And so we're going to try to deal him maybe for a pick, depending on, I haven't checked yet, where his contract is. If it's a one-year contract, we're going to have to deal him here. Otherwise, that's something we can do at the draft deadline. Laura Kanan, yes, this is his last year. We only give him a one-year deal, so it's going to be important for us to deal him here and try to snipe out a pick for him. Because if you look at this, the funniest thing, scouting, I did a little bit of pre-scouting before I started this video here. Slated to go 4th overall is Tobias Kink, and he is the German Zdeno Chara. Look at this guy, 6'9", 234. He's a defensive defenseman, which you can see if you go to this screen, scouting report, which it's dumb that they have two screens for this, but you know what? That's how it is, I guess. And first of all, this enforcer, so that's going to happen. And then 4th overall is the defensive defenseman Tobias Kink. And then 2 and 3 is another funny thing here is Burroughs and Lalonde, and they both play for the same team. So I'm not sure why Chicoutimi is hoarding all the butterfly goaltenders. But those two guys are supposed to go 2 and 3. So if we can get that 4th overall pick, we can pick up that giant defenseman. And that's going to be kind of funny. And we have enough trade value to do that using Laura Kanan now. It's looking like Detroit is definitely going to be either the bottom of the league or lose the lottery to be second. Winnipeg is not far behind. Nashville is right there. And Philly and New York, if you remember yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. I talked about those 5 teams are the ones that are out of it. So obviously Detroit or Winnipeg is the go-to here for trading, and we might as well not go into the trade deadline screen. I know it's kind of greasy, but it just saves time. And I did scout out a trade for us. There's only 3 players that was worth picking up. I'll show you. One was from Anaheim. I don't know why I'm going like this. Matt Bolesky is one of them. So what I'm looking for is a defensive and physical player. So I sorted by at least 87 defensive awareness, so we can maybe put a guy on that 4th penalty kill spot that we didn't have. So if you remember, our penalty kill is like the worst in the league. So hopefully making a trade here, we could pick a guy up and put him on that penalty kill. So there's Bolesky, but he's a little bit old, so I didn't decide to go with him. On Nashville, there is Nick Spalling. Where is he? Right there. So we could go for this guy. He's basically the same player, but he's a two-way forward, and he's a little bit more offensively talented. He's less physical, a little bit better of a shot, a little faster, a little nicer with passes and shit like that. But I didn't decide to go with him either. He's the same age, but the winner is... Dun, dun, dun. It is Boone Jenner coming out of Columbus. He is still 26, so I don't think he'll get a jump. I'm pretty sure he's done developing. But 81 overall. He's a center, so it's not perfect. But look at that defensive awareness, 89. He's still got an all-right shot. He's still got all-right passing and skating. And his senses are good enough. 70 discipline. What's his penalties at? He's only taken 12 penalty minutes this year through 62 games. So he's probably on the 3rd line too, so he's going to get even less ice time with us. So that's who we're going to trade for. And to make this trade go through, I've already done this once. It's Bedker and Clendening. Clendening is that he's like 8th in our depth chart right now for defensemen. And Bedker is who he's replacing, so actually, let's see if we can't. We'll stack this a little second. No, okay, it's not worth it. We'll get a third. Okay, we'll take a third and Jenner. Roster moves, it's not actually roster moves. What it is AHL, so we'll best lines that. Didn't mean to quit out there. We need to check out Winnipeg and Detroit. There's Winnipeg. Their first has a lot more value to it than we're going to pull with Lorcanen. I'll show you his trade value right now. It's that, right? It's decent. It's definitely not enough to pull that crazy of a pick, especially one they don't want to give away. What about the Red Wings? They're doing even worse. They don't want our goalie, and they don't want to give away their pick, so it's not going to be them. What were the other teams? Shit. I know Philly was one of them. They want him too. Ooh, but that's they don't want to trade. We need someone that wants to give up. So, the Islanders. So I'm going to take a look here at where the Islanders are. That's that fifth team, isn't it? Although giving them a goalie could easily boost their how well they perform here. Yeah, that's that 15. They got 57 points. So they're fourth overall right now. Who do they have in net? I'm going to check who they have in net. Because if it's a good goalie, then this is a good trade. Otherwise, we might end up making their team actually pretty decent. So, and then in net they have Shovel Dave, the 83 overall goalie. So he's only... Oh, they got a bunch of average goalies. But yeah, this Lorcanen will definitely take that starter position as soon as he moves in there. So, yikes. So we'll give him Lorcanen. That's not going to go through. Is it because they have too many goalies? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's exactly what it is. So Svedberg, I'll take Pollock because he's actually got a little bit of potential to him. Take that. And we're going to have to add to this. I wouldn't mind tossing them that first, but it's got no value to it, and they don't want it. Who do they want that I'm okay with giving up? Murphy. Okay, we're not using him anymore. We're going to have to pull someone back from this, though. Shit. Let's go Skaters match and block here. T. Biggs and Jeremy Baby. We're keeping Baby. Other than that, I mean, that's about all that we can afford to give them. Shit. We're gonna have to look at making an actual trade here if this isn't if this doesn't go through. And they don't want to give up any shitty players. Alright, T. Murphy. We're giving you Murphy. We're taking a Murphy. So it's Lorcanen and Murphy for their first, basically. Which probably won't go through, but we'll give it a go. No, it's not sufficient at all, and that I would agree with that 100%. The other option, no, there's still not an option because we won't be able to sign him. I was going to say we can trade for German Chara after the draft, but that's a bad idea. I want to draft him ourselves. So, what we can do then is look at who they want. Add him to the trade. Someone... Stone, I'd like to keep. He's actually anchoring that top pairing right now, and our defense is our worst spot right now, but that's pretty much all these guys want from us is defense. Who do they want to give up? Ian White, an 85 overall defenseman. Matt Molson, 85 overall. It's just a bunch of old guys that are still decent. So I wouldn't... Oh, he's got too much trade value, though. White does. He's got 3 years left, but he's going to retire soon. What's the trade difference between a player like him and Stone? Is it like exactly... Yeah, okay, that's not going to help. What about Molson? We could put Molson or PMB on on the second or third line. Our second and first line is steady. I'm not touching that. But Bouchard, do we have a third liner that they really want? I don't think we do. No, we don't. We have Phillips. But I don't think they'd really want Phillips. Just Bouchard basically cancels the trade value out anyway. Huh. I don't know, guys. I don't know about this trade. I can try putting in our first, although I don't think it's going to have much of an effect. I guess it's LA's first. I'll try this. Oh, look at that. That's all it took was that first. So we got rid of Lorcanen, depth defenseman Murphy, and a first for their first. HL we don't care about. Here we go. So that was our trade deadline. Woohoo, fucking fancy. But we're gonna move to the draft, or the end of the season, and look forward to the draft, because we are hopefully gonna pick up none other than what's his dick? German Chara, and I forget what his actual name is. It's Kink. That's what it is. It's T Kink, Tobias Kink, or something like that. And that'll be too funny to get a big beast back there on the point. Actually, stop the simulation. Stop the simulation. I got to make sure that our lines are correct now that we got rid of Bedker there. Yeah, it's putting Jenner right where we want him to be. He doesn't have very good face-offs, so even though he's a center, he's actually a little bit more better on the wing there anyways. But in the penalty kill, instead of having Skinner, who is 85 defensive awareness, we're going to swap him out with Boone Jenner. Boone Jenner, there you are, buddy. Getting some PK time. So that's that. Hopefully he can clutch up some PKs for us. And let's just roll through this season. Let's keep winning games. Let's not lose to the worst team in the league. Good, we beat them. How's Anaheim doing this year? 34, 28, and 3, so a bubble team. They're looking for wins. They probably picked up some rentals for the playoffs, trying to make the show. They beat us. Canucks 30, 26, and 11, so basically the same team as the Ducks, but we handled them. Calgary, there's a couple of 3 divisional rivals there with similar records, so it's probably going to be a tight race in the Pacific this year, is what that says to me. Predators, instead of picking up Spalling, they still got Spalling on their team, so maybe we'll see if they can handle us. They don't have a very good record, though, not at all. And we shut them out. No big deal. And the Jets, the second worst team in the league, shut us out 3-0. Isles, it looks like they're playing Shovel Dave instead of the goalie we just sent them, so if they keep doing that, I'll be happy. They are still where they were at the deadline. So I'm happy with that. As long as they stay in 4th, we should be able to pick up Kink, which is fantastic, unless one of the teams above them wins the lottery. But if you're 5th, your chances of winning the lottery are so small. So Phoenix Dolphins got 34 goals, so he's trying to fight for the lead. McKinley's got 32. He's right there. Points, Grummett Morris and McKinley are 72 and 69. So that's pretty sexual there. 72 is still 9 away from McKinnon, who's running the league right now. Wins, we are leading that big time. And save percentage, we are not up there, but goals against average, we should be. Yeah, we're in 5th right there. So all in all, good stats. We'll keep simming through this. I was thinking we're going to have to scout soon, so that's why I stopped, but apparently not. Minnesota, another bubble team, 35, 30, and 7. They'll probably make it. The Canucks, what are they now that we beat them? They're probably on the outside looking in. Yeah, 30, 20. A lot of overtime losses for these guys. So that could be the difference maker for the in. But we shut them out. No big deal. So we're already at 50 wins here. There's 9 games left in the season. 8 games left in the season. 7 games left in the season. Here we go. Here we go. Blackhawks, what's their record? I think they're the top of their side, aren't they? Yeah, 39-29-7 is not bad. It's definitely a playoff team in Chicago, but we handle them. Flames, 36-31-9, so they're pressing. They must have won quite a few in a row here because they were not looking so hot. Here's the playoff picture with 5 games left. Phoenix leading the league with 109. LA trying to push our shit in with 104. So they're trying to catch us. Colorado in third. So it looks like the West is best this year. San Jose, and then it's Anaheim and Edmonton are the wild card teams, with Calgary right there on the edge. Looks like Vancouver's not going to make it. And then Chicago, Minnesota, and Colorado. Coming in from the Central, over in the Atlantic, Buffalo, Toronto, Florida, New York Rangers, Pittsburgh, New Jersey Devils, and then it's Boston and Carolina are the 2 wildcard teams there. Tampa is looking in, and Columbus is looking in also. So we'll see if Bedker and the Jackets can make a final push here. We got 5 games left, 4, 5. There we go. Sim that up. Come on, come on, come on. Let's go. I should have checked where the Islanders were. But I'm confident they'll shit the bed. I'm confident. Here we go. What we're gonna scout is that guy, the German. Where is he? He's not in that German league. Is he rest of world? No. Is he Russian? Let's start by this just to make things easy. Elite. There he is. He's in the elite league, the top 10. T-Kink, what a guy. And get up to here. Play out this. Hopefully Dauphin can well, I was going to say 4 goals in 4 games, but now it's 4 goals in 3 games if he wants to get to 40 goals this year. He's going to have a multi-night. Oh, he did have 2. He needs 2 and 2 here. Oh, he didn't get any. So if he can have a 2-goal night here in game 82 against the Flames, he will reach that milestone, but it's unlikely. 4 goals, none for Dauphin. But it's a pretty good streak there to end the year. Wow, yeah, is it ever. It's 3, 5, 9. It's a 10-game winning streak to hit the playoffs. I'm pretty happy with that. But I'm pretty happy with the season in general. Look at that. 59 wins and 1 overtime loss. 1 overtime loss. I don't remember who gave that to us, but I'm very unhappy that they ruined that perfect little circle. Imagine 60, 22, and 1. This looks so much better. 60-win season, that's exactly what we want to see. But 59 is not too shabby. Byzantine picked up 50 of those wins for us, so good for him. Looks like, what's that goalie prospect we picked up? It's like Ehlers or something like that. Let's take a look. The prospect we picked up, hoping that he was going to be the starter in this year. But Byzantine had a big jump. Asham, that's who it was. Jason Asham. Hasn't really turned out, but he's still got 2 years, and Byzantine's been killing it, so not in a rush to replace him just yet. As points go, McKinnon ended up winning the Art Ross. McKinley, 82 points in 82 games, so that's pretty good. Goals. Dauphin with 38, McKinley with 37, so Drouin taking home the Rocket Richard by a long shot. Everything else was pretty close. Dauphin tied for 3rd. Assists, none of us are on there. And then the Islanders ended up with 81 points, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4th. So I'm happy with that. They ended up in 4th, unless there's still games to play, but I really hope there's not, because then we're looking at that Kink guy, and I'm pretty stoked on that. Let's sim up, see who we're playing. There we go, stop simulation. Back in October, I wanted 42, you got 59. Yeah, I know, I'm pretty good. Let's take a look at the team standings and see where our pick lays for this year's draft. Not counting any kind of crazy lottery antics. So, first overall pick is going to Detroit. Islanders slip down into what? 80 points from Nashville and Dallas. Puts our pick into 6th. Unfortunate that they had one. It's a fucking 1 point difference. So 6th, we might have to move up to steal Nashville's or something. We'll see. But it's still gonna have a lot of trade value, our pick. So if we do want to move up to Nashville, that won't be too big of a problem. Detroit getting that first overall pick with 65 points in the season, pretty brutal. I want to see how did our other stats fare here. Goals for per game, still crushing the league. I think that's exactly where we were last time we checked. Dallas didn't make the playoffs, but they scored a shitload of goals, so that's too bad for them. Goals against per game. Ended up in 3rd, tied for 2nd actually, so pretty good. Happy with that. Points per, or that's power play goals. Power play percentage is what I was looking for. 23.9, so best in the league. Boston, 2nd best power play, but didn't make the playoffs, so that's a little strange there. And how did we fare in the penalty kill? We ended up moving a little bit up, so I'm happy with that. Hopefully that was all Boone Jenner. Moved us up 6 spots from 30th to 24th. And time shorthanded, we still at the bottom. Yeah, we're still not taking penalties. And we're still barely letting in power play goals, so I'm happy with that. Let's take a look at the playoff tree. Little end of the season wrap up here. Playoff tree, NHL. So we're going against the last place Seattle fucking St. Louis Blues. Colorado won their division over in the Central, and they're playing the 2nd wild card, which ended up being the San Jose Sharks. LA finished right underneath us, so they're playing Anaheim. And then Chicago and Minnesota. They really didn't have too solid of records, but that's 2 and 3 over in the Central. Looks like Buffalo ended up winning their division, as did the Rangers. So they've got Tampa Bay, which was the 8th seed, and Carolina as the 7th. Toronto and Florida is a matchup, as is the New Jersey Devils and Pittsburgh Penguins. And let's take a look at the St. Louis Blues lineup at this point in the game. 6 years in, who do they got? So next episode when we start the playoffs, we can get that going right away. St. Louis Blues, or Seattle Blues as apparently they are now. I love how I went the long way. Magnus Pajärvi jumped to an 86. I've never seen that in this game, but good for him. So he's their first line left winger. Backus centering that line, and Oshie on the right wing. So that's a two-way forward, power forward, two-way forward. You don't see that very often. I don't think that it's very good. It's average, maybe. Playmaker, power forward on that second line. Schwartz, Roy, and Cassian. That's pretty good. That's a decent second line, I'd say. I think ours is better, but we have a really, really good team, right? That third line is killer for them. Steen, Berglund, and Tarasenko. And their fourth line is even really good. I don't know. That's not Keith Ballard because it says power forward, but Kay Ballard, obviously a draft pick. I think Riley Sheehan is their centerman's name, and Dmitry Yaskin is their right winger. That is a really, really good fourth line. And they got crazy depth up front. They must be lacking with goaltending and defensemen. They still should have Petz and Shattenkirk, yeah. 2 90s, so that's not their problem. Bo Meester, he's maybe even listed as a top 2, but probably a top 4. So they have 3 defensemen because Cole, Edmondson, and Millie don't really make the cut. But Jesus, do they not have goaltending? Binnington is 86, so they seem to have all their shit together. Not sure why they had such a poor season, but yeah, I guess we'll find out if they're the real deal or if they just have no chemistry or what's going on when we play them in the next episode. But that's going to be it for this one. Kind of short, 24 minutes or so. Next episode, we're going to get through these playoffs, see how far we can get in like half an hour or so. If we, God forbid, have an early exit, hit up that draft, try to pick up German Chara, and see you guys in the next video. Peace.